from Sweden down to Germany with Kreator, Servant in Heaven. This is Servant in Heaven, King in Hell is the title. Here we go. I don't know what kind of music they play, what kind of metal, if it's very fast, very slow, high-pitched or low-pitched. Let's find out. Here we go. This is the stuff that I like. This is more like thrash, but it's also I like his voice very much, even though he is, you know, it's not the prettiest voice, but it's supposed to be aggressive. And I mean, when I look at the titles, you know, it's supposed to be about violence, you know, and stuff like that. But it's all, you know, I get it. I totally get it. It's like they also have their mascot, and I love how the first, like, the artwork of the first albums in the 80s, they started in 85, they're all drawn, and then in the 90s, they kind of like experimented with, you know, this is so funny because all bands do this. In the 90s, it looks more like, kind of like CGI, and then they do their one CGI, and they're like, let's go back to drawing. It's so funny that all bands, even Iron Maiden did this with one cover from 1995, The X Factor, where it was basically, it was just horrible. But and then they got their painter back, and these are just like really good covers, man. But yeah, I mean, Kreator is about, you know, there's always blood involved and chaos and and death, and that's their theme, and that's all right. You know, that's just the direction they want to go. And I know in the end, when you interview these people, they're normal people. You know, they're not doing satanic rituals or anything. It's just the style of music. And some people don't understand that. Some people listen to this and they're like, oh my god, they must be satanic, and honestly, you know, they're not, you know. So but like I said, there are some bands who take it to the next level, and they are satanic, and they're open about it, and you know, and they really believe in that stuff. But you know, that's on them. That's what, if they want to go that route, that's okay. I guess, you know, everybody has their way, you know, of living. But I just know that bands like this, you know, just like with Maiden, I mean, just look at the album covers. You always see a monster, and you know, here we have one right there, you know. And I mean, they're the nicest people you can probably imagine. I mean, they go fishing, play soccer, golfing, you know, they don't even party. So they're like, you know, a little bit like Rush, I guess. Iron Maiden, they've always been very, you know, not too heavy on the partying side. That's just Maiden, you know. But yeah, let's go back. This is actually very good. I wanna hear some solos, you know, and let's see where this goes. Even for your head. Very good, very good. The solo was, you know, it's a typical, you can hear the 80s style still within, it's, I mean, it's, I don't know. I think it was a great solo, and I love that they kind of like, you know, dual solo together. It wasn't as, I think, as good as the Avatar, you know, that player is like very technical. But it was still very expressive. I love all the tremolo action he was using and some tapping, and it was just, you know, it is, you know, that's what I hear in a lot of guitar players that are not like maybe Guthrie or Michael Romeo of Symphony X. Those guys are always pushing the boundaries, and every CD they release, you're like, oh my god, what was, you know, you kind of like. But that's not the case with like guitar players like Kirk Hammett or maybe Dave Mustaine, or, you know, they just get their chops when in their 20s, and then that's where they stay. They kind of like say, okay, I know enough now. I'm already making millions of dollars a year. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I get that, you know, they're not trying to impress anyone. with their technique. But there's some other guys like John Petrucci or Michael Romeo or Guthrie Govan or Steve Vai. They're constantly working on their technique, and you can hear it. You're just like, what was that? You know, what did he just play? And I guess this, if you listen to a solo from the 80s and then you listen to a solo 20 years later, you can kind of notice like, well, he is still has the same chops, but maybe a little bit more, but not nothing that you would say. But I get it, you know, as a guitar player in a band that's successful, I think once you have, you know, your desired speed and your desired technique, there is no, you know, you're just gonna work on the songs, on the lyrics, on touring, on, you know, just making money. And but if you're a solo artist and you're basically play instrumental music, you constantly have to come up with new stuff to kind of like impress or at least raise, you know, some eyebrows. But then again, there's some players like Yngwie Malmsteen, you know, he was amazing, and but then he just stopped, you know, working on his, you know, I guess on his, how would you name it, like his tool set or whatever it's called, like his, it basically just sounds the same. And I love him to death, and I'm even gonna play a song, but it's just like one of those players that you notice that he stopped, you know, coming up with new stuff because, you know, he's already being so successful. That is something, for example, that I appreciate with players like Greg Howe. He used to play all this neoclassical stuff, and then suddenly he changed his style completely into jazz fusion. And when you hear his first record and his last record, it's like two different people. So that's, I just look for that, of course, but you can't expect that at every, you know, with every band. But I think still, just the sound as a whole, this band is very, very strong, has a very powerful sound, and I it's really enjoyable. So let's go with the next song, Until Our Paths Cross Again. Here we go. One thing that I wanted to talk about is that what we experienced a week ago when we went to see Haken is when that, you know, that double bass, the drum bass, when he starts doing the there's a lot of bands that don't do that, and there's a lot of bands that do. For example, Dream Theater does it, but I don't know. It's what I've noticed because we were so close. I mean, it was a small venue. It was literally like hitting my chest so hard, and even Alexa's like, "Oh man!" Like after 5 songs, it really starts to bother you because it's like, am I having like some kind of heart attack? You know, it's obviously not. It's just that the vibration is so strong that it hits your gut so hard, and it's just like constantly like, you know, like that. So I just like recommend like if you I don't know, this is just personal I guess, but I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna move, and then there was a slam behind us, literally. So I was like, yeah, let's get out of here, Alexia, because if they hit you in the back, I'm gonna lose it, you know. So we saw the concert from like the side, and then we didn't feel that. But yeah, I think, I don't know, if I would have a heavy metal band, I think I would keep it just with one pedal, you know, the double, like the, I think that would be too much for me. And I've been in bands where we've done that in songs, and it's just like, it's so loud, and I don't enjoy it that much, to be honest. And it gives you, especially if you're covering a song that doesn't have it, and then you apply it, then it just like kind of like kills it for me. But that's just my opinion, I guess. But yeah, since they were doing it, I wanted to talk about it. Here we go. That section was awesome. That like that, it's almost like punk but metal. I love it.
No, however, longer like dawn will break, passing the flame from one generation to the next that comes. Stay here, only the soul will remain. Only the soul will remain.
reminded me of Iron Maiden. Bam, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. They use a lot of themes that sound very like old. This was great. I love that punk section. That was just amazing. Great solo. A lot of stuff going on. Just really, really cool. There's a lot of bands that I used to listen to when I was younger, like Blind Guardian from Germany. What else? Well, Halloween, of course. Halloween. What else? Blind Guardian, Halloween, Hammerfall, Iced Earth. There's so, I think Iced Earth are American though. But from Germany, Hammerfall, Blind Guardian. Man, I don't know, but there's so many. There's so many good ones. I think Gamma Ray is from Germany as well. But yeah, this is definitely very, very good. And I think it's just perfect to be driving or working out. I mean, you can't really do your homework or study or read. Maybe you can. I don't know. That one, I'm not sure. I've not tried reading with music like this. I usually put on instrumental music and music that's very relaxing or that's very epic, or like that gives me kind of like the feel that I'm hearing the soundtrack of the film that I see when I read, you know. But yeah, so okay, Satan is Real is the last song, and that's gonna like go perfectly into the song that I'll add, Disciples from Hell, or of Hell. Is it Disciples of Hell? My God, I can't believe that I don't know the name of the song. But here we go with the last one by Kreator. Here we go. That is insane. Like the picking here, it's like literally like instead of da, it's like da 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 da. It's so hard to do. It's not very easy. Like I've tried, like especially like songs like Iced Earth, and they always have these like it's like triplets or quadruplets. Like instead of picking, it's like and it just sounds really awesome and very fast. And then to do that, yeah, it's it's really hard, but it sounds really cool. There you go. The lyrics, they're of course very, I mean, they are very serious. But like I said, I don't take them seriously, but because I know it's just part of the act. It's like Kiss spitting fire, spitting blood, the whole like, the way they dress, and it's all like it's more show than anything. But yeah, this was very, very good. I think this was my favorite one. And Satan is real. Can you resist the temptation? But I think musically, that was the funnest for me. They're all good. They're all very, very good. Avatar was perfect. Kreator was great. These bands are very, very talented. You have to give it to them. It might not be the music that you like, but if you're a metalhead, you're gonna enjoy this, because it is fun. It is all about the fun. It's not about going out and committing some kind of violent crime. You will not. There's people that I know, people from my high school, they only listen to this kind of music, and they're the most peaceful people in the world, and they have kids and are married and go to church, literally. So it's a pastime, it's a style of music, and it's often unfortunately misinterpreted. I mean, like just in the 70s, AC/DC or Led Zeppelin, how many times did they say they were satanic? Even the Beatles. I mean, come on. It's just like it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so